Guys, welcome to my channel. Hey guys, actually if I'm not looking at the camera, I am so sorry. This is Jonge rather, so I just thought let me just do this thing, just trying it out as I try out stuff and change stuff. Trying this thing out of doing like informal videos, very short, just chatting about where my mind is at or something I've been thinking about. This will be part of like Q chats. It won't necessarily have answers to questions, sometimes thoughts, maybe something that I might think is an answer to something, but really just a space where I can just chat, share what's on my mind, and maybe you might share in that and drop some comments. Obviously, I'm not using like a whole load of lighting and whatnot. I just want to do this as and when it comes. I'll do that. So if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and like and whatnot. So I've really been thinking about sort of like a theme for the year for me. Huge theme of 2022 for me that came. Not because I was actively looking for like this whole mission or whatnot. And I also want to use this as sort of something I can come back to. Just to rehash on my thoughts. It would be nice to watch it later in the year. But like something that came about, or some of the questions that have come about just in myself, is ones of restoration. And I think that's going to be a big theme in my year, right? Is to say, how do you sort of restore Ukawe for who she is, post disappointment, hurt, trauma. Of course, those things change you, but like it's really like, number one, who is Ukawe? And then it's also to say, what sort of experiences have hurt Ukawe, have disappointed Ukawe, have made her feel that she needs to defend or change or be harder, and have moved her away from her core. So I had actually tweeted something on disappointment, and I'll see if I can add it. But it was really about how disappointment sort of hardens our hearts, right? And it makes us put up like these big walls, whereby we think that we're protecting ourselves, but whoever we end up protecting, like they don't survive in any case, because we've sort of altered ourselves to be these hard human beings that are aloof. We don't care about anything, and all we care about is being safe. But in altering ourselves for that safety, we miss out on ourselves. So a big theme for me has been restoration. And when I say that, it's not necessarily about being naive, because I think sometimes when you're younger, I'm not saying that you're young as when you're young, you're your truest self, but there are parts of you that fall away. I think we speak a lot about childhood trauma, and that's a continuous theme, right? But there's a whole load of trauma that happens in our interactions, even as adults, that also chips away at who we are, our innocence, and how we navigate the world, right? And like sometimes you just sit back and you're like, hey man, but this isn't the person that I know, right? This isn't the person that I'm protecting. Like this isn't me, right? I do care. I do hurt. This does matter, And I say that it doesn't because I'm trying to distance myself from from all of that disappointment and hurt and all of the things that fall outside of my control. So I think when we're so scared of being like disappointed or hurt, we like to push things away so that they don't matter, so that we feel in control, because 80% of the things that we allow in, I'm in control. And I don't think in avoiding those scenarios or avoiding those things or acting like we don't care, we don't truly get hurt. We do. And I think that we also need to approach it with a sense of honesty, right? To say that things that hurt us, right? Irrespective of how we try and position them to try and feel like this sense of control over a scenario, they hurt us. And in you have a strong connection to the things that move you and hurt you and whatnot. So in moving them so far away or trying to dismiss them, we're also dismissing, I guess, parts of ourselves. And yeah, this is something I wanted to just chat about, is like, what are the things that like sort of matter to you? What are the things you're lying to yourself about? I think that, like, you're lying, like it hurts you and it's okay because it matters to you. So the failure or disappointment of something hurts you. Okay. Like, I remember going to a therapy session, right? Where the therapist had spoken about compartmentalizing. So I've done it for years. When I take something that hurts me, I put it in a little box and I put it in the back of my cupboard, and I dismiss it as I don't care or whatever, or I don't want to think about it. But all of these things build up and really your cupboard is full. And then it happens at like this one very rare occasion or one event where you try and put one more thing in, and all of the boxes come out, right? Yeah, it's a terrible space to be in when they do, but there's a lot of working through of the things that hurt and disappoint you that's actually worth doing. And I think it's also important that we try to keep fighting for our truest versions, so that we can exist in that way, because there's value in who we are when we aren't scared. Like, guys, there's value in who we are when we aren't scared. I don't know if when you're not scared, or you're like, I'm just gonna do it without, when you approach things wholeheartedly, number one, I think even the level of satisfaction of the success or something, or the end product is so elevated because it's going right and you're still your truest version. And I think that sometimes when you win with the alterations of who you are, you sometimes ask yourself, if I was my truest, I think it just pushes the need to be your truest self away. And then I think the next question that I would ask is really on, like, guys, I think that there's an opportunity for all of us to heal, and to actively partake in each other's healing, right? Especially those people that are close to you. I think we're so fixated on, I want to change the world, I want to make a difference, but you're still not loving the people that love you, right? Like, I think making the world a better place is not always a blue sky, because when it's blue sky, you can absolve yourself easier because, but it was always impossible. But you're also capable of changing somebody's world, right? Through not contributing to their disappointment. Like, I think we like to approach interpersonal relations or whatever as if like, I get a game, or when they do this, I'm gonna do that. And how's about like when people actually tell you the things that hurt you? When people actually tell you the things that hurt them or the things that disappoint them, that you actually just take some time and think about how do I do it differently, because I think trauma lives through the trigger consistently being confirmed, right? Maningachi trauma lives because trauma was always going to live. But I think our reactions, our negative reactions to traumas or triggers are kept alive by people reaffirming that your fear is valid, even as is continuously valid, right? So when people are scared of being themselves, because people will either reject them or not love them or think that they are too much, and you walk into people's lives, and that's man conquer man. Like, you wanna conquer someone, you wanna just experience, don't own what it's like, social experiment. Stop being a rubbish person. And then